Hi there. Today, I'm going to quickly address the need for companies to have a pandemic plan. As a company, we had a business continuity plan. However, some of the components specific to a pandemic were not as comprehensive as I think they could have been, and especially in light of the severity of the uncertain times in which we're operating right now. So we have enhanced our pandemic plan, and we're extremely open to sharing it with you and anyone who may benefit from it or grow from it. We'd also love if you could let us know if there's something you feel that we could have enhanced even further. So our plan, of course, begins with the monitoring and the state of knowing what is occurring externally and the threat that is coming our way so that we're prepared to be able to communicate with our own team and with our clients and our candidates on assignment. Now that's pre where we are today because that's the monitoring phase. Then you go into the most important part, I think, of the plan to me is our pandemic response team and the pandemic response team working together in a concerted way to be able to set in motion the future. That includes like technology, making sure we have the right equipment, security, the right number of personnel available to be able to provide the technical support that's needed, and all of those elements of security as well. The pandemic team would include, of course, communications, and everything to do with providing e-communications in real time so that we can communicate with our clients, our candidates, and of course internally. Just yesterday we did a Zoom meeting with our 150 people, and it was very effective, a great way to communicate internally. Of course, the response team would also have the business operations component, one of the most important, where that person is leading the operation of the organization through the day-to-day. In our case, payroll is one of our most essential services, and that's an area that is really in full motion during our pandemic planning. In addition to that, we'll include safety in that business operation, because while safety is always an important component, at a time like this, the safety of our employees is even more mission critical, and that includes the temporary employees and independent contractors who are working on site at our clients, especially those in healthcare facilities. Where we need to make sure our inspection of the safety protocols are effective. And so that kicks that into full gear. Our pandemic response team, of course, also includes finance. Our finance team is working on financial modeling, looking ahead at what the business looks like. Also looks at cost cutting, not necessarily cost cutting to sound frugal, but to be extremely responsible. In addition, our HR team, of course, kicks into high gear in this pandemic state, where they're looking at ESA and all the employment standards and how that relates to those workers that are being laid off, the effect of that, looking at cross-training within our own teams and then the cross-training within our client organizations, in addition to preparing for the potential for layoffs that could lead to termination of temporary employees. So the final on that is that we have one person, of course, assigned as well to monitoring the whole pandemic plan and ensuring that someone's auditing it at every step. Now, each of those roles has a key person, and every key person is too deep with two people behind them who have the knowledge of who to call if they needed supports, our legal team, the lawyers that we rely on, and where to turn if they needed advice. So we are happy to share our pandemic plan. Some of the confidential information will have been removed just to obviously respect our proprietary information, but what's not proprietary, we really are keen to share it, and we put it into a checklist format, and that might be really helpful and useful to you. So if you would like a copy of it, you can email us. You'll see it here on the screen, and go ahead and please email. And otherwise, you could also just send me an email, and I'll be sure to send it your way. So I hope this is helpful to you, and if there is something you think we need to do better in our plan, we are extremely open to it. And please share. Thank you so much. Have a healthy day.